morning from here in beautiful Budapest, Hungary. Hope you're doing very well today. In this video, we're going to be looking at some of my top travel tips based on learning from my mistakes. So don't make the same mistakes as I have, and hopefully you're going to learn something from this. Also, I'm sure we will learn a lot of useful vocabulary as well. So let's get started. So I'm still just kind of waking up this morning, and I just realized I don't have any money left. I need to go and get some more money. Actually, that's not totally true. I do have this. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm not sure what I can get with that. Maybe one coffee? So yeah, that's one of the problems right there of always using cash. I usually like to use my card if I'm not traveling. Maybe you are the same. So this brings me to my first travel tip for today, and that is to bring a large amount of a major currency with you when you travel, whether it's US dollar, British pound, or maybe the euro, one of the big guns. I didn't do this this time when I traveled. I brought some euros, but they ran out quite quickly, and ever since then I've been having to use my bank card, my British bank card, and every time I use it I get charged with a big fee, whether I'm withdrawing money from the ATM or using money at a restaurant, etc. Every time I'm losing money. So it would have made much more sense to bring a bigger amount of money in one of those currencies, because even if you don't spend it all, it's still going to be pretty valuable later on. You can use it later, or you can exchange it when you go back home. Now, after I've made this video, I'm going to go down to the ATM, withdraw some money, and get charged quite a lot again. But, of course, it is very useful to have your bank card to help you when you don't have any more cash. And I had a bad experience about a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago. It was my last day in Thailand, and I put my card into the ATM. I was leaving, I think it was the next morning, in a couple of hours, and my card got swallowed. It was a Thai bank card. My card got swallowed by the ATM. That's the word you can use. Swallow. When your card goes into the machine and it doesn't come out again. Now, I was totally screwed because almost all of my money, I think all of my money, was on that card. So I was panicking, of course. I went to the bank to ask if they could help me, the security guards, etc. And they said they could only help me the next day, but the problem was my flight leaving Thailand was in the morning. So, long story short, I lost that bank card, and I worked out another plan to get the money back. Maybe I'll explain that another time, but the point is, it was a horrible situation. So what I do now if I'm traveling and putting my card into the ATM is I make sure I have a picture of the front and back of my card. And the reason for that is, even if it is swallowed and I can't get the card back, I can still use it maybe for online purchases, things like that, until I can get a new card, if that makes sense. Now, speaking about money again, I think we've been speaking about money the whole time, this video so far. In terms of being ripped off, one way you can be ripped off sometimes, and again this has happened to me, is with taxi drivers. So sometimes taxi drivers will not tell you how much you're going to be charged, or they won't have a meter on their taxi, something like that. And then when you get to your destination, you get a nasty shock and you have to spend a lot of money. Now, we are very lucky to have technology such as Uber and similar applications like that. And the great thing about applications like this is that usually you will find out the price you have to pay before you take the taxi, which gives you a lot of peace of mind. And it also helps to stop you from being ripped off from unscrupulous taxi drivers. That's a nice word there. Unscrupulous, people who are very bad and just want to take your money. The problem is, though, that not every country has Uber. Some countries have different kind of variations. Actually, here in Hungary, there's no Uber. They have another one. It's called Taxify, I think. So just research before you go to the country you're going to about what is the most common app that's used there for taxis, and maybe download it before you head over. My last travel tip for today: read the reviews. Whether you're staying in an Airbnb, somewhere on booking.com, a hostel, etc., make sure you read the reviews. Now, of course, there's people who like to complain about everything, so maybe take some of the reviews with a grain of salt or a pinch of salt. That means don't take it too seriously. But when you read the reviews, make sure you check out the things which are important to you. So for me, fast internet is very, very important. And usually when I book an Airbnb, for example, I actually send a message to the host just to ask them about the internet speed, to double check it's okay. And my mistake this time in this hostel, even though I'm pretty happy generally with it, is that I didn't triple check the internet speed. Actually, the internet in here is not the best. I've had quite a few problems, and if I had read the reviews properly, I probably could have found that. So make sure you read those reviews very carefully.